I'm Diamond Dixon, your neighborhood reporter in College Station. An area nonprofit is helping students succeed by providing the equipment they need to make a short film.
I really enjoyed photography in middle school, and so that was what my first class was. And then I saw all the other kids in AVP, and it looked really fun.
Celeste Tomberlin is a senior at College Station High School. She's been part of the audio-video production class all 4 years. Her teacher, Stephen Green, collaborated with another teacher at A&M Consolidated High School to receive funding for new equipment to create a short film.
Two big needs that we saw were for some new lighting equipment. We had some kind of old dated stuff that was a little bit less maybe customizable, a little less easy to use, but also a little less safe in a way, just because you had to do a little more training to use them and not burn yourself, right? They got real hot. So the new lighting equipment we've got is more modern, more flexible, can do a lot more with it.
It's a $15,000 grant, so it's really pouring into some good equipment, some really great things that the students are learning, and something that they can take beyond high school to use even professionally.
From movie making to documentaries, the AVP students are putting their skills to the test.
They've been putting all this equipment to work throughout the whole year. We're going to showcase all those projects at our annual film festival events.
It's probably the best part of the year, I think, seeing everyone just be really creative and do what they love.
You can catch the film festival events this May to see the students' finished product. I'm Diamond Dixon, your neighborhood reporter in College Station.
I'm Brianna Smith, your neighborhood reporter here in Milam County, where there's plenty of happenings this weekend ahead of the holiday. Kicking off the Easter holiday a bit early, the Rockdale Chamber of Commerce is hosting its annual community Easter egg hunt Friday at 10 a.m. at Fair Park. On Saturday, the Cameron ISD Scholarship Foundation is hosting its 9th annual golf tournament at 9 a.m. at the Cameron Country Club to raise money for graduating seniors. And just next door in Burleson County, Caldwell First Assembly is hosting an Easter extravaganza where you and the kids can hunt for 10,000 eggs and enjoy other activities like face painting and a petting zoo. It all starts at 11 a.m. Saturday.
I'm Lauren Adams in Waco. Coming up, we have a story about a mother who is asking for your help locating her son. I'm Lauren Adams, your senior reporter in Waco. This is a story of a mother who needs your help locating her son, who she believes came to Waco to get help with his mental health. Brandon Braunworth hasn't been heard from in a week. Last Wednesday was the last time his mom talked to him on the phone.
It's really hard for me to know that he's out there and if he's struggling and he doesn't know anybody in Waco.
He came to Waco to the VA clinic for the SMILE program for severely mentally ill veterans. Brandon has schizophrenia. He was put on a plane from Nevada to Dallas. There, he boarded a plane to Waco by himself and then spent 6 days at the VA before leaving on his own accord.
I'm very concerned. It's not like him to go a whole week without having contact with either myself or his daughter's mom.
She says he has a sleeve tattoo with roses and skulls and a chest tattoo that says, "For every dark night, there's a brighter day." On his arms, because he was in the military, he has the words loyalty and honor.
He's a sweet boy when he's not sick. He is loved, and I want him to know, he's loved.
They filed a police report in Nevada, which has gone nationwide, and now they are hoping for your help as well.
It's like finding a needle in a haystack, and we need an army and a community to help find him.
If you have any information on where Brandon might be, you're asked to call local police.
Well, good morning. It is a little cool out there this morning with temperatures in the mid-40s as you look outside on the Syntex Roof Systems camera in downtown Waco. Things are rather quiet. 45 there in Waco, 43 in Temple, and 45 in Killeen. We're seeing some low 40s off to the northwest and temperatures closer to the 50s in Bryan College Station here at this time. Visibility becoming an issue in some spots because we do have some patchy dense fog that is developing. Most of this staying in grassy areas where the rain fell last night. That's why you're seeing a half-mile visibility in Temple, but in Waco, 10-mile visibility. So not everyone going to see the fog this morning. Just watch out for some of that if you are driving. If you encounter it, slow down and make sure your lights are on, but not on high beams. You don't want to drive through the fog in that. We have winds that are currently out of the north at around 5 miles per hour. They switch around to the south today. And that's important because it will bring warmer temperatures in, turning more spring-like here as we get into the afternoon. Mid-60s by noon, lower 70s later on this afternoon with plenty of sunshine in place. Future track will show you the high clouds or the fog rather this morning turning into a sunny day. Out to the west, we may see temperatures in the upper 70s in spots. Same in the Brazos Valley. To the north, lower 70s likely in place as south winds blow around 5 to 15 miles per hour. They'll try to shift to the southeast a little bit overnight. That'll bring up the moisture, so not as cold when you wake up in the morning. Looking at temperatures in the mid-50s. And then it turns breezy tomorrow afternoon. Here's your Friday. Temperatures getting into the upper 70s and lower 80s potentially in spots on Friday. By Saturday, we should all reach the 80s after starting off in the 60s. So we're entering a warmer pattern here in time for Easter weekend. And it is going to be a quiet Easter weekend. We enter an upper-level ridging pattern. So with the exception of a couple of light showers potentially on Easter Sunday in southeast Texas, we should stay pretty quiet. By the time we get into Monday, that's going to bring our next storm system in. And models were looking like we could get a pretty good shot of some showers and thunderstorms as of yesterday. Today, they've backed off and dried us out a little bit more. So I'm going to lower that chance to around a 40% chance coming up here on Monday. We kick that out of here and maybe a couple of rain chances Tuesday. But look, we stay quiet and we'll see cooler temperatures come in for the second half of next week. After that, we'll be watching very closely the forecast as the eclipse will be knocking on our door right around then. As far as rainfall totals here over the next 7 days, looks rather light once again. As you look at that 10-day forecast, we'll call for 73 today, 77 tomorrow, and 80 on Saturday. Temperatures in the 80s for the weekend. Here comes that cool down, upper 60s possible by the middle of next week after those storm chances Monday and Tuesday. And in the Brazos Valley, more of the same. Mid-70s Thursday, temperatures in the lower 80s this weekend.
I'm Joe St. George in Washington. The Baltimore bridge collapse was heartbreaking video to watch. So what will Congress do about it? Will federal investigations be launched? Could a new law be passed to help Baltimore rebuild? We look at that angle next.
Taking a look at what's making headlines across our country at this hour. Officials identifying 56 containers of hazardous materials found on the ship that crashed into the Key Bridge, causing the near total collapse Tuesday. Some of those containers were breached and sheen was seen on the waterway. It's still unclear how many hazardous materials were in the water. And the Biden administration is cracking down on oil and gas companies when it comes to natural gas emissions on federal and tribal lands. The new rule from the Bureau of Land Management claiming to modernize regulations that are more than 40 years old. This goal is to hold energy companies accountable for wasteful practices and to find and fix leaks. And former President Barack Obama is jumping in the campaign trail in hopes of helping President Biden defeat former President Donald Trump in this year's rematch. Now, sources say the former president has already agreed to several campaign appearances before November, including a star-studded Manhattan fundraiser today featuring Biden, Obama, and former President Bill Clinton.
The bridge collapse in Baltimore isn't just a Baltimore story, it's a national story, and it raises questions about what the federal government will do to help rebuild a major transportation corridor in our country. The images, forever astounding. A major American bridge collapsing after being struck by a cargo ship. Lives lost. Transportation in a major corridor impacted for the foreseeable future. Government officials promising to rebuild.
We have got to get this bridge back up.
It's my intention that federal government will pay for the entire cost of reconstructing that bridge.
This isn't the first time the federal government has been forced to act following a bridge collapse. In 2007, when a major bridge collapsed near Minneapolis, Congress quickly passed legislation to provide $250 million for the rebuild. The vote was unanimous, and President George W. Bush signed it into law less than a week after the collapse occurred. This time will not be as quick. For one, Congress is out of Washington until the week of April the 8th. And then there is the fact that passing any spending bill in the current political environment has become difficult. While disasters like the Baltimore bridge collapse are typically immune from the common partisan divide, funding for the war in Ukraine, the southern border, funding for Israel, and humanitarian relief in Gaza are all spending fights facing Congress when they return. The White House is, however, anticipating the funding will eventually happen. Some emergency funds may also be available right now through the Federal Highway Administration.
We still don't fully know the condition of the portions of the bridge that are still standing or of infrastructure that is below the surface of the water. So rebuilding will not be quick. or easy.
Maryland's Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen also hinting that the shipping company involved could potentially pay for some of the rebuild if they are found liable. When the bridge was built in the 1970s, it took 5 years and cost $60 million. It will be considerably more this time. Right now, there are no government estimates.
It may very well turn out that the ship owners are liable, and that would help, cover some of the costs.
Apart from the federal response, state lawmakers in Maryland are also considering their own for workers who may lose out on pay because the Port of Baltimore is temporarily closed. The president of the Maryland State Senate posting on social media Wednesday, over 15,000 in the Baltimore region rely on daily operations at the Port of Baltimore to put food on the table. We are drafting an emergency bill to provide for income replacement for workers impacted by this travesty. Joe St. George, Scripps News, Washington.
I'm Shaji Adam reporting in Waco. Baylor football practices continue to heat up as we're going to take a closer look at the run game.
Well, good morning. It is kind of a cool morning out there. Temperatures in the mid-40s as you look outside on the Syntex Roof Systems camera in downtown Waco. 41 now in Meridian, 43 in Gatesville, and 44 in Land Passes. Down the south, you're looking at 47 in Cameron, 42 in Centerville, 51 now in Bryan College Station. We do have a little bit of patchy fog around, so as you're getting on the roads today, know that you may not encounter it, but some of you will, so you need to go ahead and watch out for some of that. Visibility now down to a quarter mile, or less than a quarter mile, rather. No, just over a quarter mile in Temple at this time. North winds at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. They'll shift around the south today, and that's important because it does bring in the warmer air. We'll see the sunshine come out as well. 63 by noon, lower 70s later on this afternoon, as we do top out in the mid-70s in the afternoon hours in some spots, probably closer to 73 in Waco, Temple, Killeen. Could see some mid to upper 70s out to the west. And notice those south winds continue overnight, so it won't be as cold when you wake up in the morning. Back in the 50s. Then tomorrow, we get close to the 80s, and we'll keep climbing from there. The south breezes will kick up here over the next few days, bringing in that warmer air, and that'll push us close to 80 for the weekend. We'll bring in some storm chances on the other side of Easter, but I think the Easter weekend will be quiet. Best storm chances come in Monday, lingering into Tuesday, and we'll even bring some sunshine behind that as temperatures take a little bit of a dip behind a cold front into the 60s. In the Brazos Valley, more of the same. Mid-70s here today, upper 70s for Friday. Low to mid-80s Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Some storm chances before that cool down for next week.
I'm Shaji Adam reporting in Waco. Baylor football continues their spring practices, and one aspect of the game that's going to be looked at is the run game. Baylor football spring practices are going strong as we get a look at this newly run Bears offense, including the run game.
My expectation is just coming out there being great. All of us and my teammates, we getting better each day. And we learned a new offense, but like I said, we getting better each day.
And we can be really good. We can be great. We have a lot of talent out there, and we had a lot of talent last year. We just weren't really executing, but I feel like this year it's a different mindset, and we got it.
New offensive coordinator Jake Spavital and new running backs coach Keenan Hall are leading the way for the 2024 Bears, and the expectation is to improve from last season, and players are already feeling Hall's impact.
I think we're on the same page. I think what he want to do and what I want to do as far as running the ball physically downhill, I think we're on the same page as far as that. I think he got a brilliant mind. I think we're going to have a really good run game, especially with the O-line and the running backs, but I really like what Coach Spavital brings to the offense.
He brings a lot to the table, so we're excited to have him, man. Like I said, he has a great mentality for us running backs. He holds the standard very high for us, and that's only going to make us better. So we've got big dreams, man, so that's kind of coach we need.
The Bears look to be leaning towards a running back by committee process, and equal reps also brings competition.
We compete with each other, man. We brothers. So, it's the love is there, you know what I'm saying? What's going on that field, we know we're going to work each other. I mean, there's no, I'm better than him, better than him, and we are a team. We brothers.
Like Coach said, each person got a different style of play, but at the same time, we're going to come out and give our all.
Practices continue on for the Bears as this running back committee will look to make an impact at McLean Stadium. Reporting from Baylor, I'm Shaji Adam.
Some big changes on the gridiron with the NFL announcing new rules for players.
We feel this is a great day for the NFL. There's been a lot of hard work that's gone into this.
Kickoff returns making a comeback after essentially becoming a dead play. Positioning on kickoffs has looked like this.
Ball in the air.
But the new way will look like this, with only the kicker and returners being allowed to move until the ball is caught.
I think it will bring the play back into
a relevant play, an important play, and an exciting play. And I think we can do it where the injury rate hopefully will drop.
Player safety also the goal of another rule change, banning hip drop tackles like the one seen here, where a player wraps up the runner and drops their weight onto the runner's upper legs to bring them down.
You see Jimmy Ward, he kind of dropped.
League officials say last year there were 230 of these types of tackles, leading to 15 players missing playing time from injuries. That's at least 20 times the rate of typical tackles.
This is elimination of a swivel technique. The runner is purely defenseless.
But not everyone is on board, including many current and former stars. Former Defensive Player of the Year J.J. Watt tweeting, "Just fast forward to the belts with flags on them."
As for the new kickoff rule, that will be in play for one season and on a trial basis, then be subject to renewal next year. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Stick around for another half hour of Good Morning Texas.
Well, good morning. A little cool as you step out the door looking at the Syntex Roof Systems camera at the Killeen Regional Airport. We have temperatures in the mid-40s now as you look outside there. Not too much going on there. 45 now in Waco, 43 in Temple, 45 also in Hearn. Cold spot, Centerville at 42 and Meridian and Goldthwaite both at 41, but no one in the 30s here as we're starting the day. We also have a little bit of patchy fog out there. The rain that fell last night did moisten up the ground, and since the winds are relaxed and we have clear skies ahead, that is leading to some patchy fog forming in low-lying areas and in grassy areas. So not everyone going to deal with this, but where it does form, it could turn dense at times. That's why Temple now down to a half-mile visibility there at the airport. North winds currently out there on the light side. They'll be shifting around the south as we go through the day today. That brings up that warmer air, so we get into the mid-60s by noon, low to mid-70s later on this afternoon, as we should top out at about 73 in Belmead, 74 in Hewitt and in Robinson, down into Bell County, 76 Academy, 75 Morgan's Point Resort, and 76 in Salado, and across the rest of Central Texas. Looking at those low to mid 70s, staying pretty common there as we get into the afternoon. I'm tracking a nice weekend for Easter Sunday and some storm chances coming back to the forecast. We'll look at it coming up.
I'm Simona Barker, your neighborhood reporter in College Station. One 7th grader from Wellborn Middle School is spelling his way to Washington, D.C. He's won the Central Texas Spelling Bee and is now on his way to competing against the best spellers in the country.
Favorite is probably this one because it's the first ever trophy I won, and this one actually has like the B and all the detail.
This is the trophy that started it all.
So I've been doing spelling bees from 3rd grade.
As of this past weekend, Arav Sarjunathan is the Scripps Howard Central Texas Spelling Bee champion.
REQUIEN, requiem. Congratulations. Yeah, I was kind of freaking out about it. But I try to calm myself down because if you get this wrong, it's like over. So
he knows that feeling well. Last year, he was in the same position and came in 2nd place.
Another thing that really helps him, the bee helps him, is to learn with successes and also learn with setbacks and not be held back or disappointed because of setbacks, right? Get that fighting spirit and keep pushing forward, right?
So this year, he had to buckle down.
a lot of people think it's memorization, but it's really root words. So you get the packet, which you need to study, and I just searched up every single word, try to find the root word and language of origin that would help me spell.
Exactly how many words did he look up in the packet?
The words of the champion, there's 4,000.
4,000 words?
Yes, ma'am.
It seems his newest trophy is well deserved. It may not be his favorite, but it is his biggest so far.
Arav is competing at the Scripps National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C. in May. Until then, well, he's got his work cut out for him. I'm your neighborhood reporter in College Station, Simona Barca.
Some neighbors and voters within Connolly ISD want to build a new elementary school. I'm senior neighborhood reporter Bobby Portavant, and I attended on Tuesday night a town hall where there was questions and answers for why a $60 million bond, which is proposed, would be needed. From safety features not up to code on a decades-old campus to a playground that's just too close to I-35 and safety concerns about a young lady's bathroom with an indoor and outdoor entrance. Now, while the campus has seen much love and updates and repairs over the years, some in attendance, like Connolly ISD elementary teacher and former student Carrie Hudson, tells me it's time students get an up-to-code and safer school at a new location away from the interstate.
And just overall to house our students, because we have so many students.
Kindergartner Joy Stoglin was at the meeting with her dad, and she's already looking ahead to her future education. Her dad, Devan, wants to see the new elementary school built.
It is long overdue, and I say that because I actually have 4 children that attend Conley. My oldest is 17, and he's been a part of Conley. We have been a part of Conley since pre-K.
Election day is May 4th. Now, if approved, this would impact property owners except for those 65 and up. Now, if you really want to get into how much of an impact, we have that information right now inside this web story, along with more details about the project. Reporting on Lacey Lakeview, I'm Bobby Portavant.
Remember these? I'm Dominique Lay, your neighborhood reporter in Waco, and I'm giving you a behind-the-scenes look at how these traffic cams are going to be working the day of the solar eclipse.
I'm Epiphany Lachey, your neighborhood reporter in Belton. There was a big event planned here at this park during the eclipse, but the city has canceled due to lack of interest. I'll show you what's next on the celebration list.
Initially, with the eclipse, this park, Heritage Park, was going to be open to campers, and not specifically this part. There's a back part over here, and there just wasn't the interest early on in that, so we decided, you know, let's cancel that and move in a different direction.
Thousands are predicted to flood our area for the April 8th eclipse, but apparently it wasn't enough to prevent the cancellation of the big campout event at Heritage Park. The park itself will still be open for our neighbors to enjoy, with lots of parking and space available.
And it's still a great place, lots of open space out here to watch the eclipse.
Police will be on hand to help with crowd control.
If you live within walking distance, probably want to walk or ride a bike.
Following the campout cancellation, I stopped by a couple of nearby corner stores to see how their eclipse glasses were selling in preparation of the big day. Have these been selling good for you guys?
Here and there.
A store clerk tells me this may be the third box open since they put them on sale. Down the road at another store had them for free, but tells me that most of our neighbors were just grabbing a handful and leaving. Now they have set up with Coke. If you buy 2, you get even better glasses for free. Among the activities that will still take place, a NASA ambassador will be in town on April 5th, the Friday night prior to the eclipse, for an educational presentation under the stars. On Saturday, there will be a market day with vendors downtown.
You know, anybody that's new to this area is going to come away with the impression that most people have is that Belton's the jewel of Bell County and people love it here.
With the local radio host off camera, and she agrees that the city of Belton has shown no interest in the eclipse events, but she says that our neighbors in Killeen are ready to go all out for the big event. Reporting in Belton, I'm Epiphany Lachey.
Well, good morning. We are waking up to kind of a cool morning out there. Temperatures in the mid-40s as you look outside in the Syntex Roof Systems camera at the Killeen Regional Airport. We're going to see those temperatures hanging around the mid-40s now in Waco, 43 in Temple and 45 in Killeen. Bryan College Station at 51, 47 now in Corsicana and 43 in Hamilton. That visibility dipping in some spots, especially in Temple and Hamilton this morning. That's where you are dealing with some patchy fog. A quarter-mile visibility now in Temple, half-mile in Hamilton. Not everyone going to be dealing with this, but it is developing in spots, so be sure to watch out for that on your morning commute. And if you encounter it, remember, don't turn on your high beams. That doesn't help in the fog. You can see Waco just dropped to 1.5 mile visibility. So there are some signs, at least, that that's thickening thanks to the rain that we saw last night, along with the calm winds this morning and the clear skies that are overhead. It's going to end up being a nice day when we get that out of here, though. 63 by noon, low to mid 70s later on this afternoon as we turn more spring-like. And your neighborhood, that looks like this: 73 in Belmead, 74 in Robinson and in McGregor. Down into Bell County, we'll call for 75 in Temple and in Morgan's Point Resort, 76 Salado and Harker Heights, as well as Holland, Academy, Rogers at 75. And across the rest of Central Texas and the Brazos Valley, Looks like we'll see temperatures in the mid-70s this afternoon. Again, we'll clear that fog out as we go through the morning hours. Expect full sunshine this afternoon. South winds pick up as we go through the day, and they'll stay around overnight as well. So that brings up the humidity. It won't be as cold as a result when you wake up in the morning, only getting into the mid-50s. And then look what happens tomorrow afternoon. We'll have some high clouds drifting in, south winds continuing, and that'll push us up close to 80. We'll continue that climb into the weekend with temperatures nearing the 80s pretty much area-wide. Coming up on Saturday and even into Easter Sunday. It's looking like it'll be warm and kind of muggy for this time of year. Now, as we get into Sunday and Monday, or at least Monday rather, that's when I expect our next round of showers and thunderstorms to come through with our next storm system. I don't see a widespread storm event coming in, but we'll monitor it. When we're in the 80s and we can get thunderstorms coming in, we have to watch for the potential for some strong ones. But compared to yesterday, these rain amounts not looking as promising as they were, or at least the rain chances not looking as promising here for Monday and Tuesday. Still, it's our next storm system, so we'll watch it closely. Behind that, we get a little bit of a cool down in here. In fact, temperatures could dip into the 60s once again as we get into the middle of next week. We'll quickly warm up, though, as we head towards that next weekend, which, of course, is the weekend before the eclipse. Here in the next couple of days, we'll get an idea of what the forecast is going to look like for that. And in the Brazos Valley, more of the same. Some storm chances there by Monday and Tuesday.
I'm Dominique Lay, your neighborhood reporter in Waco. Last week, I told you about these big red security camera trailers placed at major intersections across Waco. Now, I'm taking you inside the control room to show you how they work.
So each camera trailer consists of 4 cameras.
More than 30 mobile security trailers have been placed at high traffic intersections around Waco.
Cameras are feeding into our emergency operations center. Having that kind of eyes on the ground to see exactly what the traffic impacts are going to be is going to be enormously helpful for us.
You might ask how?
We have the ability to make that larger, and that will give us a more wide scope of what we're looking at.
Well, with a live feed, the emergency operations team will be monitoring for traffic congestion and accidents. And if they do encounter an emergency, after they've confirmed everyone is okay and that first responders are on their way.
From a traffic standpoint, we can start to look at the other available intersections around that area and start to plan where to push that traffic away from that problem. And once that problem is cleared, hopefully quickly, we can then resume normal flow onto that intersection.
The cameras cost around $38,000. This isn't the first time they've used them, but this is